Hello and welcome to Your Mirror on the Metro. I'm Judy Corrao, and sitting here with me is Senator Linda Higgins. And Senator Linda Higgins is a veteran legislator, and she's running to bring all that knowledge that she has learned working on many issues over the years to you at the Hennepin County Board. And I'd like you to meet Senator Linda Higgins.
Hi,
Senator,
Judy.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Your district, county commissioner districts, are always just amazing to me. They're huge.
They are huge. District 2 goes from St. Anthony on the east, and the city of St. Anthony is actually in two counties. The upper third is in Ramsey County, and the lower third is in Hennepin. And then all of northeast Minneapolis and North Minneapolis, North Loop, where the ballpark is, Bryn Mawr neighborhood, and then Golden Valley, Medicine Lake, and about half of Plymouth.
And Plymouth.
Yeah.
So think about that. What is it, about 2.5 Senate districts?
A Senate district is about 80,000 people after redistricting this year, and this district is about 164,000.
Okay.
So very large, maybe 25 miles long. And I just keep putting gas in the car and going and going and going.
What are the issues? You love to campaign, and they say, the rumor has it that you are campaigning constantly, meeting all the people and going to all the functions so that you can know precisely what's happening in this brand new district for you. But much of it you have represented yourself as state senator.
Well, North Loop and North Minneapolis are in the Senate district that I represent now. But the Golden Valley and Medicine Lake and Plymouth are less familiar to me. And so I'm trying to get to many activities there and knocking on doors. You know, there's always something going on, whether it's the big July 3rd concert and fireworks in Plymouth, which is oh so much fun.
It is.
And here in Northeast Minneapolis, there are always just so many community activities. It's a very vibrant and active community. We'll even be having a march here pretty soon against one of the amendments on the ballot. And we're going to combine Northeast Minneapolis and North Minneapolis, and we're going to meet on the Plymouth Avenue Bridge.
Now that sounds great.
Doesn't it though?
That sounds just great. That's right. Talking about bridges, you have another bridge, and that bridge is going to open.
Yes, on October 27th, the Lowry Avenue Bridge is finally going to open. It's been closed for 4 years. You know, it was more than 100 years old, and at some point the piers shifted, and it made it so that it was not safe to drive over anymore. And so it was deconstructed, blown up, and now we have a beautiful new bridge, which you can actually see from quite a distance as you're going over the other bridges on the Mississippi. So the festival, or the celebration, is Saturday, the October 27th, starting at 10:30. And it's going to be a great celebration, and everybody I know is talking about how excited they are that the Lowry Avenue Bridge is finally going to be open. And the Plymouth Avenue Bridge is opening this month as well.
Yes,
so we are finally going to have all 4 of our bridges between North and Northeast open again, and that will be a wonderful thing for anybody who travels back and forth.
It's interesting because there are people that said, oh my, too much money was spent in the design of the Lowry Avenue Bridge, and yet that is precisely what the people in North Minneapolis and Northeast Minneapolis wanted. They had a committee that sat down and met and put together what they wanted. They understood that bridges should be built to last for years and years and years, and not little weak structures that something's going to happen to.
Right. This bridge can last for hundreds of years if it's properly maintained. And just as a frame of reference, the new Hastings Bridge, also over the Mississippi River, just about the same length, is $15 million more than our signature bridge. The 35W bridge, which of course was built under a huge time constraint as well, was 4 times what this bridge is. So I think that we're going to get good value for this bridge, and if we take care of it, there's no reason why it can't last more than 100 years.
it's interesting that people don't realize what you do as a county commissioner. What does the county board do? And one of the things that the county board does is when it owns a bridge, it takes care of their bridges.
Well, with the huge commitment into it, they
Yes.
darn well should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you take, first of all, what I want to do is thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Because what we're doing is we are celebrating our 25th year. In fact, this whole year is a celebration of our 25th year. But our 25th year began in October. We opened Channel 6 in October 25 years ago.
Fabulous.
And for us, it's just a great feeling. And so we're just trying to pull in the people that we know will keep it going for the next 25 years.
And I understand that Hennepin County has a role to play in MCN as well.
Absolutely. The role that they play is that they were one of our very first subscribers, and the county board plays 2 days a week every single one of their county board meetings and many of their committee meetings on Channel 6. And there are many other county programs that play. Veterans and what veterans are doing play. And Aging and Disability has a show. They play and they show what services you can get and what you need to know. The hospital does. So at some point, the decision, it's an interesting decision. We had to decide 25 years ago, do we want to become just a TV show that has counties only? So we opened the doors and said, all counties in the first year of our existence who want to come and pay, because you must pay to be on Channel 6, and play your program, please come now, and you'll be able to do it. And many counties waited and waited and waited. And so it isn't that Hennepin is being given preferential treatment. Hennepin jumped at it and said, we want a way to be able to communicate with the people we represent. And that is the board that you are running for. You are going to serve with people who want to communicate.
And that's a really good thing because as I've been campaigning, the question I get asked the most is, what does a county commissioner do? And all of these ways in which someone can learn more about their county government is a good thing. It has a huge role to play in so many people's lives, and yet I think it's a fairly well-run government because we don't hear much about the drama going on around it. That it's just a good collection of people who sit down and do good work on the behalf of the citizens of Hennepin County.
Take a few seconds and talk a little bit about the work that Hennepin County does.
I think about half Hennepin County's budget is for health and human services. Making sure that people have some ways to take care of their families if that's what they need.
And aging and disability. Much of that is for aging and disability.
Elderly. That's right. That's right. And then transportation, of course, roads and bridges, making sure that everybody has a smooth ride as they go down the road, as well as making sure that our bridges are safe and they get us from where we are to where we need to go. Public safety is a big part of the county as well. The sheriff's office, of course, plays a big role. The workhouse and all of that is a county function, and sometimes people forget about that. 911 service for many people is a county service as well.
That's right. What is very interesting to me is that the background that you bring in with you from your years in public service just fits. The fit is good.
Yes.
Talk about the fit.
I chaired the Public Safety Budget Division for 4 years in the Minnesota Senate, a $2 billion budget. And worked really closely with the public safety folks at Hennepin County. And so that part I think is really important to me. I served all but my first term on the Health and Human Services Committee. And so I'm looking forward to really digging into that. Many of the same issues, but from a different angle and a little closer to the people who we represent. I chaired the State and Local Government Committee and worked directly with counties and cities and even townships to make sure that state government worked well with them and helped provide what they needed. in policy terms.
And we now know that we need those collaborations
we sure
that you
do.
are used to putting together.
Yep, I think one of the best things that elected officials can do on behalf of their citizens is work well together. You know, try to keep figuring out ways to collaborate, be creative, and work together. Because, you know, there's nothing worse than a couple of elected officials who go hammer and tongs at each other all the time, and the people they represent are going like, seriously, we have to have this? Can't we all just work for the common good?
Absolutely. I'm just so happy, Linda, that you're known for that, and that's the work you've done. Tell us the work about public safety. I'm always interested in public safety and your finance background.
The Public Safety Budget Division is one of the finance committees in the Senate. And then each of the chairs of the various finance divisions were on the Finance Committee. And as a whole, then, we determined what the state budget was and the proportion that was public safety versus health and human services versus transportation and education, K-12, higher ed, and agriculture and all those other things. And so the public safety budget was actually fairly small in the state budget. The state budget, if you put in early childhood education, K-12, and higher ed, it's almost half the state budget. And so everything else is taking up the other half. So we had a lot of really tough discussions on what was a priority and what needed to be paid for in this division as opposed to in this division. And anybody who watches the Senate committees at work know that those are not easy discussions.
Absolutely, no, they're not. And so you have worked on a lot of public safety issues.
Yes, the Public Safety Budget Division, the big piece of it was corrections. And I have visited...
As it is with the county.
Sure, as it is with the county, under county corrections, yes. The prisons, we have 10 prisons in Minnesota. I think I have visited 6 of them.
We have the county home school.
We have the county home school.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And then also working with the public defenders and the courts, another big part of our division's budget. So, working together with all those various groups that make up public safety and their competing interests. The public defenders have the highest caseload in the country here in Minnesota. And if you've ever been down in Hennepin County courts, there are times when they're actually waiting for the public defender to come from another courtroom because they are so overbooked. And so we tried to work on that. And of course, I was chairing the budget division when we were boatloads and oarboats in trouble in the budget. And we trying to find enough money to keep our public safety system running.
And you're going to walk right into a brand new job that is going to have the same kind of budget issues.
In the middle of the budget process.
In the middle of the budget process, because there isn't any money.
Right.
And so you've had a background of setting priorities and knowing why they're important.
And I think another piece of that is talking to the people in the community, so that they also feel like they have a say in some of the decisions that are made at the county. There's nothing worse than somebody feeling like they just have no idea what the priorities are.
Could we please bring up so that we can show how to be able to obtain, how to get a hold of you, your website, and all the information for you. I'd like you to take the last 30 seconds, and I'm hoping that all that information is on television right now on the screen, and tell the voters the most important things you want them to know about you.
That I am a seasoned veteran and in representing the people who elected me to go to office. I'm a hard worker, I'm collaborative, I'm creative, and I think that I will be an excellent county commissioner in this very diverse district too, that I hope that I can become the commissioner for.
Thank you so much. Senator Linda Higgins.
Thank you.
And you have her information on your screen, and so send her an email or a tweet or anything, but get a hold of her. And I know that she's probably knocked on your door. Thank you so much for being with us today.